morning. This morning we'll be working a little bit with headstands, Shirshasana. Now, I know for a lot of you that are working on this position, it is often a bit of a security blanket to have a wall behind you. But I would encourage you to try and work on this position without a wall. Reason being that if you work on conquering that fear and learning how to stand on your own and knowing that you can hold yourself without that wall behind you, it will help you a lot in building your confidence, and it will help you a lot in the future with, more dynamic inversions that will come. So even though the journey to get to the headstand might be a bit longer than if there were a wall there, once you have the position, the journey towards more dynamic inversions will be a lot shorter. So I really encourage you to work without a wall. So a good exercise to do whilst you're building up the strength and learning how to build up, use your shoulders properly, is a downward dog variation. So downward dog but with your forearms on the floor. You walk your feet in the maximum you can. You inhale, and you exhale, you gently press your ears away from your head and you bring the head down. When you inhale, bring the foot up. Walk your feet in a little bit closer, and then exhale, keep your shoulders far away from your ears as you lower your head down to the floor. And you do that a few times, walking your feet in, and exhale, draw your shoulders away from your ears as you lower that head down. So that's a good exercise so you can work on keeping your shoulders far away from your ears, because this position, as in all the inversions that are arm-based, we need to use our shoulders a lot. And if we are up like this, it's very hard to use the strength of our shoulders, and often we put a lot of pressure on the head and on the neck, which we don't want to do. Okay, so once you've worked on that position a little bit more, another important thing is that we want to keep the shoulders and elbows aligned. So a good technique is to measure the outside of your elbows with your hands so that you can see that your elbows and your shoulders are aligned. That way you keep your elbows like that, and you just simply interlace your hands. Then you do that little exercise where your shoulders are far away from your ears and you gently bring your head down to the floor. In terms of where I place my head, it does vary from each person, but I encourage you to bring it not so far behind, because the further behind you place the head, the more weight there is on the back of the neck. So more or less the front of your head is where I would encourage you to put your head. So you bring your head down to the floor, you tuck your toes under, you're keeping always your shoulders far away from your head. Walk your feet in and just draw one knee to your chest. And just work on it there, drawing your shoulders away from your head, away from your face, away from your ears, and then bring the foot down. And the same thing the other side. Then you can bring both feet down, have a little break in a child's pose. And then we'll do the same thing again. This time we're going to try and bring both feet up, both legs up. So you walk the feet the maximum possible you can. So your hips are almost over your shoulders. Then you draw the knee up, you gently draw